Ember. You guys have a good day? I think I'll just go back to my Volvo FH. Yes, Ember, all of them are cab overs. We have Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, the MAN GTX, Scania series, DAF XF, Iveco, Renault. Not the biggest variety, and while technically this isn't all the models that they have out there. At least in this game. Just 6 different makes. 2 models for each of them. Music sounds good. Definite Sega GT 2002 film. Never heard of anything like that. Renault. Are you referring to the Renault Ember? Dead in a tank. I wonder if there's a mod for that. This game actually has support for mods, although they won't exactly help. From my understanding, they won't exactly be the most helpful if your mods crash. Basically similar. Yeah, it's worse. Okay. It's like how Hugo's pronounced Pujo. Isn't it pronounced like you go? Feel free to correct me if I am wrong. Yeah, I admit I just accidentally cut off that car. Couldn't quite see around me well enough. Oh, there it is, far end. Driving in the city in this game gives me butt cramps. The city driving in this game is actually not all that hard. At worst, it's that the AI can end up slowing you down a little bit. Or at least, the delays can get annoying at times, but it's never been anything too serious. I mean, every once in a while, traffic will back up so much at certain intersections that I'll, to an extent, force my way through. Can't see anyone, just gonna ease on. This is unusual. I'm fine when I get on the highway, but screw city driving, especially when you're trailing something. Yeah, more so in real life than anywhere else. Driving home in rush hour, oh, it's the worst. One major intersection, not even a mile from my own house here, it's getting a complete overhaul. I mean, this is a project that has been long overdue, and it's expected to take 4 years, I think. Yeah, give me a second here. I want to make sure that my phone doesn't shut itself off. Man, this is bullcrap. I'd rather be playing ETS2. Driving in real life gives you a headache. Driving in a video game could give you a headache, unless you know what you're doing. My town roadwork is never... Is it ever truly done in any town, to be honest? always creepy because of the winter. Oh my goodness. I may be towards the southern end of Pennsylvania, but we still get some bad roads here in the wintertime. Well, not just when they have the possibility of icing over, but all the potholes and such that end up needing to be filled. Heck, I think there's still some the very end of my street is still pretty messed up from the last winter we had. Simple. I can't really go far off the road here. I really can't. Game wasn't designed that well. Besides, I don't really know of any off-roading 18-wheelers. Who exactly is Syme? Is that a friend of yours? Another person from Pony-chan? Convoy. Is that a movie, TV show, or what? Oh, okay. An old Pony-chan poster. We talking like 2000? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 2011. Yeah, I wasn't around here for. Wasn't exactly in the pony fandom back then. I mean, back in 2011, where was I? I was hanging out around the Cheeseburger Nation, if you know what I mean. Movie from the 70s, I want to say. I'm pretty sure I don't even know what it's about, but I don't know, I feel like I'm like I have just a slight idea what you're talking about there, Amber. It's just a weird feeling I'm getting. Not in a bad way. It's actually a pretty good movie. Maybe I'll look it up at some time. Convoy truckers, it starts off as one or two and ends up with thousands of trucks. Ember, I can say you've certainly gotten me a little bit curious about checking out the movie. I really don't consider myself a movie person these days, but I'm not entirely opposed to trying something new. Granted, I passed the opportunity to go see the new Peanuts movie today. Just not really interested in seeing that. Sheriff calls the National Guard on the lead truck in order to try and shut down the convoy, mostly because he hated the lead driver. Interesting. By the way, if my driving at any point looks rather drunkardly, it's probably because I have to check my phone to actually see the chat. By the way, how's the stream on your ends, guys? You able to see it well? It's very redneck, rather vulgar, but it's not a bad watch. If only for how utterly unique it was. Yeah, I can very much believe that, Ember. Landscapes in this game aren't very splendid. Pretty enough to make the highway drive fun. Yeah, admittedly, despite the fact that this is a laptop that was actually built for gaming, it still runs the mobile version of the graphics card. So there's only so much that it can do. Fine for simple, a bit of a frame drop for Ember. Some freezing every little bit. Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, haven't seen the whole thing of that, but I've seen some good parts of it. That's a pretty good movie in itself. The maximum streaming quality that I'm attempting to do right now is 720p, which my native resolution is 1080p. I haven't so OBS is scaling down what it can at least. Wonder if I would have to attempt it further. Oh, dang it. Let that be a reminder. Doesn't even matter if you're texting or not, looking at your phone while driving is never a good thing. Even in a video game. It's pretty odd, Ember. Then again, I'm absolutely new to streaming myself, so sadly I'm afraid I can't help but be a troubleshoot. Really wish I could though, man. Alright, man. See you later. Stream BL stuff in TF2. Well, for the TF2 stuff, Ember, I know I would watch it, seeing as from what you've been saying, you've been playing a bit more competitively than what I've ever done. So that would I can say that I would probably enjoy something like that. But if I may ask, what does BL stand for? I mean, if you have to leave and come back, that's fine. So I was so embarrassed. Liz, do you mean that you actually had a vehicle of your own towed or something? Or what? Or were you playing this game and you wrecked your vehicle so badly that you felt it needed to be towed? And by vehicle, I'm referring to in the game now. Ah, Borderlands. Specifically the first or the second one? Oh, shoot. Hate it when I have to use the air brake. But, well, I'm not exactly simulating it in this. You don't even have a driver's license. Oh. Okay. Indian Hall BO1 pre-sequel are preferred. Is pre-sequel any good? Because after all the drama there was concerning the second game's DLC, I heard that pre-sequel was just... Well, it had mixed reviews, I should say. Thank you. Oops. Bumped the microphone. LFT. Should actually make an LFT. Throw it on the TF2 side of play. BL2's DLC was fine. Pre-sequel had some pacing issues, but a lot of people love Claptrap's deals. Interesting. if anyone is just so happens to be able to see this speedometer on my on the truck itself, just so you know, the one in the truck itself is registering in kilometers per hour, whereas the one on my GPS and such on the right corner is showing miles per hour. Gotta wonder, why is it exactly that United Kingdom actually adopted the miles per hour, when in reality, I mean, they, like the United States, are just a couple of very few countries that actually use miles per hour for their roads and whatnot. Almost everyone else uses kilometers per hour. I actually think that the metric system is just an overall better system to work with, since it's all base 10 numbers. Like, you can multiply or divide any number in that by 10 and it's relatively easy to picture it. Whereas with the imperial system, you've got 12 inches into a foot. 3 feet equals a yard. 5,208 feet, or 1,760 yards, I think it is, equals 1 mile. I don't know. As much as sure, I've lived and was born and grew up in the United States. Heck, haven't even moved far at all in my life. Yet somehow I can't help but feel like this imperial system is just not the most functional one to work with. Though I do have to... It's probably still a little too late for the United States to abandon it outright. Maybe if they ever decide to switch to the metric system, you can just slowly phase it out. Of course, the 300 plus million citizens of this country wouldn't be too happy about it. Maybe next time I go to stream this, I'll put a 30, maybe, or if necessary, 60-second delay on this YouTube stream to avoid... Wait, no, you guys didn't say anything about buffering. You guys mentioned that it was frame drops or freezing up every so often. I do hope that those of you that have actually come out to check this out are enjoying yourselves. Even if it's not in the greatest quality. Too sleepy to really do much. Watching this feels dreamlike. Yeah, it is surprisingly relaxing. But maybe not as much for me as it is to others, because I take my games a bit too seriously at times. Even something like this when there's really no competition to be had. I remember at times I would avoid playing Smash Brothers just because I didn't think, well, because it was either, to me it was either not play at all, because I knew that everyone else would not be all that skilled against me, or I play and I play my heart out. I never felt like there was much of a middle ground for my type of play. Hello there, Leticia Gonzalez. Hope I pronounced your name well enough. Hope you enjoy yourself. Always one to target cockeyed. One moment. Get some of the tea I brought down. Good stuff. Chamomile, mint, and some lemongrass. I must sound like a pansy saying that out loud. Whoops. Wrong one. Next rest stop, 5.5 hours. Any jobs nearby? Some to complete. Welcome back, Ember. I think the ferry ride will give me the opportunity to sleep. If not, could be some trouble. Transforming fireworks. They can actually go off. I don't know, to be honest. And to be honest, I don't want to be the one to find out. I think I'll just rest up and take a big one. Oh, 1 second. Here, there's something on the opposite side of Felixtown that hasn't been discovered. Okay. On one end we have the garage. This here is a smaller dealership for, what could it be? Renault. It looks like I'd give enough time for an nap, yeah. I'll just play it safe. That's how I usually do it. Best way is to be purchasing the garages throughout Europe. In this game, I should say. Do I just go pretty much any city I want, or do I try and expand out further in some areas than others? Whatever the case, I'll eventually get the money for it. I do know, by the way, that I can stream TF2 scrims, etc. using Steam's broadcast feature. That's cool. In the meantime of setting up OBS properly, that is. Yeah, if you ever go on for a scrim and you're able to stream it using Steam. Oh shoot, did not mean to go for a second nap. Oh well, at least I know I'll be driving in the daytime. Do let me know, I would like to watch one. Well, that's not it. One strictly from Felixtown. 25 tons of diesel, rushed over to Leipzig. I know I messed that up big time. I'd rather not take my chances. Not since I'm streaming anyway. I'll let you know. Alright, thanks, Ember. Don't check loan. That's a 400,000 euro loan. It's gonna take a little longer. It's quite different from public. I assume you mean just public games with random people. That much I know for sure, because I remember 2012 or 2013, back when I actually was into Team Fortress 2, but didn't actually have anything decent. I did participate in one tournament myself. It was a tournament hosted between 4chans / MLP Chan, and what was it? The other image board site for Everfree, I think it was. Played as a soldier in that one and did pretty poorly. I play Highlander, which is 9-player teams, and each team consists of 1 player each. Yes, I've been relatively aware of what that means, but thanks anyway for explaining it. I assume that... Does Highlander only take one particular map, or can it be any of the... Can it also be played with any of the stock maps from Valve's own list? Because I remember watching a couple of Highlander matches that there was this one very big payload map that felt like it consisted a little bit of everything when it came to offense and defense. Catcher points, some attack defense, King of the Hill, and payload. Okay, so it's a little bit of everything, except for payload race then. Which is a team of 10 snipers and me. When does a public server ever have a balanced team? Class-wise, anyway. maps like Process, Lakeside, Upward, Steel, Gravel Pit, and then some community maps like Warm Tick, Swiftwater. Never heard of Warm Tick or Swiftwater. Snow Payload Race or CTF or Arena. Welcome to Twofer, where do you think sniping's the only job? Or rather, welcome to Twofer, mate, where do you think sniping's the only good job here? No sign of damage, thankfully. Arctic is higher. FPS no weather. Version of Arctic. Isn't that one called Viaduct by any chance? Oh, Liz. At least I know I haven't done near enough damage to warrant any major repairs just yet. Oh shoot. Speed limit 50 miles per hour. Outside of driving through the Netherlands, the sudden drop to 50 mile per hour speed limit is my enemy in this game. Viaduct in Compton, no weather version is called product. Okay. As in Provide. Ah. That's kind of clever. What do you mean by that, Ember? Oh, not again. Let me just sit here for a moment. Just a moment. and think about what I've been doing. What do you mean by de-hiking? Bigger. Oh, okay. I've never heard of that term before. Netherlands. Netherlands is held out in the seawater by dikes. Oh, okay. It's a bad word. Rich build up there. Oh, okay. It's not the only place I've heard. Does the Netherlands happen to be partially below sea level? Because I know of a couple other areas in the world that are like that. I know, like, southern parts of Louisiana have walls or levees that help keep the sea back because their state is partially below sea level. I know the country of Belize is a little bit like that as well. Father likes to call the Dutch dike hikers for that reason. I don't prefer people that way though. Okay. More like fully below sea. Oh. I don't know if I'd be too happy living in an area that has such walls the whole time. Then again, what would have I expected? I suppose after Hurricane Katrina, I can feel thankful that I've been in a landlocked area my whole life. Dike is a Commonwealth English term for levee. Okay. Well, something new to learn every day. You know, I can't help but think it's a little odd for this particular game. When you're playing vanilla, I mean, I don't think none of the DLCs actually do something like this, but the game itself, you're locked at a top speed of 55 miles per hour or approximately 90 kilometers an hour. And yet, I'm currently in an area with a speed limit of 60 miles per hour, and I do believe that some parts of the map that you can drive on with a speed limit of 60, they still have speed cameras on them. I can't hit the speed limit, but you still put speed cameras on the map. Why? Just doesn't make any sense. Though I suppose for someone like me, it's a good thing that my truck has a limit that I can't reach. Because otherwise, wouldn't be making any wouldn't have the ability to make profits in this game. Would be nothing but speeding tickets. It's like Hell's Canucks have Modge's milk and don't think that's hobo milk and don't think it's well term. Immersion because of the car skin speed. Yeah, there's that at least. But of course, when they run into you from behind, because when you're the one who stupidly cuts them off, there's no traffic fine or anything like that, but you don't get compensated for any damage, assuming that damage is actually done. I don't think I've ever noticed if there was a lack of damage from being rear-ended. And look at that, I'm in the speed limit and there goes that red car speeding ahead of me. Oh shoot. Also, if you're in the Netherlands where all the tulips are, you know, I don't think there are any tulips to actually see in this game. Oh no, they're not catering to stereotypes. Ah well, what can you do? Oh yeah, make a mod. Of course, it might not be as simple as it sounds. Who knows, maybe someone else already did it. It's just a shame there isn't a modding community on something like this as much as there's been for other games. But then again, how many people would actually be interested in playing a trucking simulator from the get-go? I mean, there are some decent mods to replace the trucks. Maybe add some, either replace them or add some new ones. And I don't know. Never done anything. Never added any mods in like that. And changed the kind of paint schemes or whatever for them. Add in your own unique trailers, like go for something crazy big. Seriously, where are the tulips? No idea. I know you can add a trail. Oh shoot! I know you can add a trailer from a mod in that gives you a like the trunk of a California redwood tree or something. A trailer that ends up being so big and so long that it practically breaks the game. Haven't seen one turnip the entire game. This is not Super Mario Brothers 2. Good grief. Train ride, where are we at? Next rest stop 7 hours 48 minutes. Gotta remember, I'm in France now, so gotta drive on the right side of the road. Would you guys believe me if I told you that this isn't the first truck game that I ever played? Bedtime. Good night, Liz. Thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoyed it. Aside from, there are other truck games. Well, aside from Euro Truck Simulator 2, yes, SCS Software has done a couple other games related to trucks, but the first truck game that I ever played was more of a racing genre. Nothing of a simulator of any kind. It was an 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker. It came out for the arcade. Oh, shoot. Phew. Came out for arcades as well as the PlayStation 2, to say the least. Any other consoles I'm not aware of. You would pick one of 4 different truckers who had their own vehicles with different capabilities. Some would have higher top speeds. Some were a lot more durable, so you wouldn't lose as much money for, or at least your load wouldn't be damaged as quickly. And some also would have more torque, as in more muscle to them and whatnot, so you could actually tow your load a lot faster. You're always racing against this one other trucker whose radio name was Lizard Tail. He would, at first it would seem like more of a friendly rivalry than anything else, but once you would get into the higher levels, he would physically try and stop you, or at the very least slow you down. I mean, yes, torque, pulling power, exactly. Simple, saying it even easier than I am doing. Yeah. Second of 4 stages that you would end up driving in the game, Lizard Tail would actually go plowing through a whole bunch of buildings as his way of bursting onto the scene. It was ridiculous. Could you name your trucker the Rubber Duck? No, unfortunately. All the truckers already had their own names. Not only would he destroy other people's property, he would actually drop a few wooden crates out of his own trailer to try and damage you. I remember playing the arcade version of Chuck E. Cheese's every time we went there. Before they removed it a few years back, I ended up claiming the entire top 5 high scores in there. That was all that they would show on that game, the top 5, nothing else. But yeah, it was a lot. That game was a lot of fun for me. Perhaps it's nice just to have a simple simulator like this, rather than something to get your blood pumping like an arcade game. I gotta check the map. How are we doing with rest stops? Gotta make my way around Paris. Yeah, I think I can definitely make the next rest stop before having to sleep. with what happened last night when we went to drive through Paris. Oh, snap. Oh, jokes like that. It's always too soon. Always. Oh, shoot. Rest stop here, but that wouldn't be the best for me. I'd rather not do the night driving. €46. Oh, but yeah, it's just absolutely tragic event to happen in Paris. To me, it certainly brings up the question, what can be done for this? I'm not really looking for answers to be brought up in here. Just something for all of us to think about. Yeah, as bad as it was, it could have been a heck of a lot worse. Excuse me for stuttering. Of course, all this traffic just had to start pouring in as I reached the intersection. Sorry if I'm a little more quiet than a streamer ought to be. Just a bit of at a lack of words right now. threat for the next TF2 season. Alright. No problem at all. If there's anyone else in the chat who, well, even if you have spoken before or have not said anything, I do hope that you're enjoying yourselves, even if the stream quality isn't the greatest. Last time I came around or went through Paris in this game. The scenery around here certainly makes me think that the city really is so big that it needs to have highways stretching around it. And again, it's like that for a lot of cities here in the United States. Oh shoot. Cities here. Yeah, there are times when highways have to go through cities and out here in the United States. I know that when I have to go down to Baltimore, Maryland for various reasons. Highway that I have to take, Interstate 83, goes right into the city. I mean, at first, I end up traveling to the Beltway that goes around the outskirts of the city, but then I have to take another road of that same interstate to get into it. Go figure. Take the rest stop here, refuel. relationships in real life. But not the biggest fan of driving on the highway myself in real life. I tend to be a little bit at risk of dozing off, even on what feels like relatively short distances. Yeah, have what fun I can driving at night in this game. At least it's on a major highway and rather than country back roads. I dislike night driving, really. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I prefer to be able to see everything ahead of me. Huh. Construction zone closing off the shoulder. Yet no reduction to speed limit. Go figure. Major construction at the intersection, I said. Actually, I must admit that's a lot more than just one intersection. It's a very crucial section of road. Multiple roads, I guess you could say. Wish I could show you it. Maybe I'll snap a photograph of the little newspaper clipping that we have up on the wall to try to explain what's going on. But only if you're that interested. Traffic out here to keep me from using my high beams. Construction street from your house. Yes, that is what I'm trying to mention here. Because we've got, how many different roads are being used exactly? We've got Melrose Avenue, which has already been under construction for well over a year. Most of it that one has been finished. On one end, there's the Longstown. There's the Longstown intersection at one end of it. Parts of Cape Horn Road to the right of that. You've got segments of Interstate 83 for new on and off ramps. One road by the name of Camp Betty Washington is going to be used for an exit ramp from 83 northbound when you're looking to reach Melrose Avenue. It's a huge piece. It's a huge piece of work going on here. Like I said, it's expected to take about 4 years in total for this construction to go on. So this has been way overdue. What kind of road is it? What kind of road do you mean? I don't live. Oh, what street do I live on? I don't live on any of them. But my neighborhood is less than a mile from all of that. I mean, I have to go right through the... I have to go right through all that construction to get to work. And then some. I don't live on any of the streets there, but the construction is... it's just crucial that Mount Rose Avenue gets taken care of. Traffic patterns are horrendous. Like, oftentimes I just can't take my... Oh, making a joke, okay. Just about cut off yet another car. From the way the AI feels in this game, I can't tell if I simply just cut him off or if I somehow accidentally directed him to the on-ramp for a different highway. At least the artificial intelligence in this game has actually received an improvement or two. I think there was a time when the AI in this game actually did not react to you turning on your turn signals to change lanes on a highway. And although, as you probably had noticed earlier, some of them will still pass by you when you have your turning lights on, they are a lot more likely to react than they were in previous itinerations. Heck, some of the updates that they put in this game are, in a sense, significant in their own right. I mean, they actually had previously when the game first came out, Mercedes-Benz actually did not give them the rights to use their name brand and vehicle models in the game. So they ended up coming up with their own little knockoff of it that they would call Majestic. It wasn't until I think it was either this year or last year when they finally secured the licenses to use Mercedes-Benz name in this game. I mean, they didn't need to go and do that for the players, but they went back and did it anyway. You'll find that a lot of companies won't do that unless you pay them money. I believe that very much. Honestly, it's not like these game developers are really doing other companies any favors. Maybe in a sense they are, because they are indirectly indirect advertisements for these companies. Maybe there's more to it than what I'm aware of, but in my opinion, I'd be grateful if someone were to use my own brand in their game. Compensating a company to use their brand in the game necessary? I don't know. Maybe not. Then you have to pay even more cash if you want to show damage being dealt to car. Really? After spending more money to actually simulate damage to a vehicle? That makes absolutely no sense to me. It's all about the licensing trademarks. That much is true. I believe that at least. Yeah. These companies actually do copyright more than just their name brands for the make and model. They'll even name brand the paint jobs that they put on it. Like the individual like the colors. What we would simply refer to as like red, white, blue, black, whatever. The companies will intentionally create their own color, in a sense, and copyright that, so that way no other automobile company is capable of or allowed to reproduce it. Makes me think of when I was in college and we did tire impressions in criminalistics class. My associate professor actually said that he actually once met this one man who was talking to him about the kind of protection that companies do to prevent theft of tire patterns and whatnot. And it would, and from what it sounded like it was coming straight out of a James Bond movie or something. Like people would actually go so far as to send secret agents to infiltrate and steal their products. As to whether it's true or not, I don't know. But coming from my associate professor of all things, it leaves me wondering if it is true. Everything's got a Pantone matching system code. Never heard of that. I'll Google that once I'm done here. Who would send stuff to steel products? Tire companies would send people to actually steal other companies' blueprints or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it's as to whether it's all true or not. But coming from my associate professor when I was in community college, I can't help but have a slight suspicion that it could be true. I'm not going to place a bet as to whether it's true or not. At most, I'm on the fence. Microsoft and Apple not only stopped from each other, but also from Xerox early into the computer era. Can't help but think that's true as well. It's funny. The legal battle between Apple and Samsung over the smartphones ended up taking place in multiple courts all across the world. And what's funny, in a sense, was that in South Korea, which is where Samsung is from of all places, the judge ruled that Samsung and Apple stole from each other. Go figure. I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, is it really necessary to be putting an iron grip on your stuff? I mean, the purpose of all this technology and such is not so much to... It's anti-capitalism, really. Not giving anyone the opportunity to try and improve upon your product. I mean, yes, if you can improve upon the product yourself, by all means do what you can, but don't try and choke other people out. The idea of a Windows GUI was literally taken right out of the free Xerox company's computers. Well, that was enjoying how Samsung paid him. The whole pennies thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but it would. But part of me does hope it's true. I mean, it wouldn't be the first case where someone has gone and paid off something else with nothing but pennies, just to be spiteful. I know that at least once or twice people have gone and paid off their traffic citations in coins, to the absolute aggravation of the one having to collect the fines. Dump truck. Nichols, no, it's true. The best part is it's up here in Canada. It's not though. I can understand why some people would want to make it illegal, but I suppose that. But let's be honest here. Money is money, no matter what form it comes in. Of course, if you ask me, I must admit that production of coins these days outweighs the actual value that the coins themselves have. I mean, how about let's not make them in precious metals anymore? All that copper could be better used for other things. Like the disposable batteries that we can use pretty much every day. I mean, sure, that's nothing real big, but that's just one example. Doggone it. There we go. What kind of value can't you pay over? What is it, like $10 or something like that, or what? Just it's a bit heavy after a while. Yeah, that's believable. I've heard that some countries have stopped producing pennies or whatever their country's equivalents are. And that when it comes to actually paying something, they just round it up to something else. Let's extend the distance. $50. That much is believable, though I certainly would have expected it to be a much smaller amount. Ooh. Doubt you saw it, but right out of the corner of the this window here, or mirror here, saw the fence. Man, that was a close call. Canadian penny cost more to make than it was worth. Yeah, I believe it. And I definitely believe it for the US penny as well. Maybe it would be better if we at least switched to plastics. Let's see. should also make your bills easier to differentiate. I believe it. I definitely believe it. Anything new for upgrades? For Volvo, exhaust pipes. That's for the FH16 Classic. Bull bar. That's Classic as well. Oh wait, it also applies to the other FH. Yeah, can't really do much to upgrade this truck now. Biggest cabin, most powerful chassis and engine. The upgraded transmission, exclusive interior. Really would like to get the accessories DLC for this, but $4 is much for that. It's funny. You spend $4 to get the add-on, and then you spend $999 in-game euros for a sandwich with a bite taken out of it. I'm not kidding. Truck pretty much can't receive any new upgrades. At least nothing that I'd be interested enough to pay for. Sounds like a TF2 reference. Not intended. Alright. Yep, they're getting longer now that I upgraded the maximum distance for a single trip. This one's 637 miles. is outside of town. Looks like it's over in Switzerland, even. All the way up to Hamburg, Germany. Some of the accessories that are in the DLC caught me by surprise, actually. Apparently you can actually stick a whole bunch of flags onto your windshield. I wonder if that's actually legal over in Europe. Because I know that it... Well, I don't know for sure, but I can't imagine that it would be something actually legal out here in the US. I mean, there's actually controversy over whether or not it's actually okay to be hanging anything from your rear view mirror. Here in Pennsylvania, I believe they classify it as a secondary offense, meaning that they can't pull you over because you're hanging something from your rear view mirror, but they can cite you for it after they've pulled you over something else that's even more important. But I can also understand why some people don't see it as a big issue, because sometimes hanging stuff from a mirror hasn't necessarily affected my driving. I mean, I remember when I would hang a pair of fuzzy dice from the rear view mirror of my first car, and somehow the big dice themselves would be, from my point of view, right along with the dashboard, not obstructing my view enough. But I've actually seen a snapshot of some of the crazier things that people have actually hung from their rear view mirrors. I remember this one snapshot of a guy who actually hung at least one, perhaps the entire pair of sneakers from his rear view mirror. Just why? Oh, wrong way. Never had to grab a trailer from this particular spot before. kind of wood processing company bothers to leave their stuff all over the ground like this? It's got to be a safety hazard of some sort. Yeah, very messy. Not that my own bedroom looks any better, but still, they're a business. Probably going to head off the stream now. Not a problem at all. Thanks for sticking around, Ember. Hope you enjoyed yourself.